Choir and COVID don't mix. Kyla Lewis finds out how the choir campus is singing through the challenges. Students have let their guard down since the news of a vaccine has made headlines. Madison Wells hits the halls to find out how COVID fatigue has struck Rock Nation. These stories and more on this edition of HTN Daily. What's rockin', Rock Nation? I know it's getting chilly outside, but don't let that bring down your mood. We're only 10 days until winter break, so whether you're here at the school or at home learning virtually, hang in there until then. I'm Beau Cormican, and we're live from Studio 1060. The most common question we get in our Rock Hill Media direct messages is who controls the music in the halls? Anica Hankey offers an answer to this popular question and much more. Anica?
That's right, Beau. Here are today's announcements. Do you have any songs you would like to hear in the hallways? You can now request music for Rock Hill Radio, and you might even hear your requests in the hallways. To put in a recommendation, go to hilltoptimes.net/radio. The Rock Hill Orchestra is holding their winter concert this Thursday. If you would like to attend, it will be at 6:30 in the auditorium, and admission is free. Masks will be mandatory, and each family will be socially distanced from one another. Seniors, now is the time for the Senior Spirit Project. If you want to help turn Rock Hill into a winter wonderland, come after school tomorrow and help decorate. Or if you would like to help out with the Senior Service Project, you can make holiday cards for Tribute Senior Living. If you would like to make a card, supplies will be available during lunch, or you can bring in your own handmade card. That's all of today's news. Back to you, Beau.
Just this morning, the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine was proved to be 70% effective for users. With this news and others surrounding the vaccine, students may have started to experience some COVID fatigue. Madison Wells has the story.
With the coronavirus's prevalence across the nation, most schools, businesses, and public buildings still require face masks and COVID protocols to be followed. However, due to the extended time period we have all endured, many are starting to get restless and experience the phenomenon of pandemic fatigue.
People are tired. I think people don't really want to do it anymore. People want to have their freedoms. They want to go meet with their friends. But we really do need to keep with what we know to be true to prevent the virus spread. Stay 6 feet apart, wear your mask, and don't gather in groups.
Licensed professionals aren't the only ones who are aware of COVID's dangerous effects, as even the students at Rock Hill have noticed their classmates decrease levels of precaution.
It's important to wear your mask because obviously, and wear it right too, is so important because it not only it protects you, but it protects the people around you.
But keeping the mask on at least gives a shade of protection, so that way it's not spreading fully out, but at least smaller distance if you were to catch it, or sneezing, or to keep yourself away from others, and I think that's very important.
I mean, masks can be a little uncomfortable, but it's still really important to wear it. COVID's still a really big issue, and I don't know, I think it's just important to think about others and do that for them.
From Nurse Warren and the Rock Hill student body, please don't let pandemic fatigue blind your actions and risk the health of those around you. As with a little cooperation, the light at the end of the tunnel will arrive before you know it. For HTN Daily, I'm Madison Wells.
The Blue Hawk football team finished out their season against Lebanon Trail on Friday. Juan Duron is in studio to recap the game and today's season pass.
Thank you, Beau. Last Friday night, our football team played their final match of the season against Lebanon Trail. We fought hard, however, came short 48-28. Bernard Cox had a huge game throwing for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns, and rushed for 117 yards and 2 more touchdowns. Our overall rushing game was on point, with Donovan Shannon adding 84 yards and Silas Ivy finishing off the run game with 48. And Houston had a huge game, totaling for seven catches and 131 yards and a touchdown. Girls basketball had 2 games this past weekend. They took the win in the first one against Salina 60-44, but fell short against Timber Creek 40-25. And on Saturday, JV girls did pull off the win against Timber Creek 46-30, and freshman girls pulled off a very tight win 26-25. The girls team plays tonight against Gunter here at home at 6:15. Soccer starts up this week with 2 scrimmages. On Thursday, the girls soccer team face off against PHS at Children's Health Stadium. Then on Friday, the boys team will take on Louisville here on the RHHS turf. That's all we have for today. Be sure to tune in on Friday for our Season Pass show. Back to you, Beau.
Now, Kyla Lewis takes a deeper look into this year's choir season during COVID and all they're doing to keep their performances enjoyable and safe.
Here at Rock Hill, many school programs have been impacted by the coronavirus. One of the most affected groups on campus is the RHHS choir. On top of the typical challenges that come with choir, Mr. McGuire and his students have had to find ways around all the problems that COVID has presented.
COVID has definitely affected choir a lot. We can't kind of group up like we normally do, have like our rehearsals as often as we do because we can't all get in a practice room practice together. Also with having the distance learning, it's very hard because half of your choir is online. You can't hear everyone, and it's just not the community that we like.
Not only has the choir found ways to sing through regular COVID regulations, they have also found ways to include both in-person and virtual students. With the use of Google Meet and a music stand, online and in-person students are able to get the most realistic experience during these difficult times.
We are going to find creative ways that we can include those students when it comes to things like UIL solo contest and UIL choir sight reading that we're accustomed to doing a certain way. The state is providing ways that we can go more digitally to be inclusive of all of our students as we go and do those assessments throughout the year.
Even with all the hurdles they've had to jump, the choir continues to find ways to perform. They have learned from their past 2 performances and are planning to sing in their online Christmas concert tonight at 6:30. With everything this program has been through, they have shown that with a little creativity, you can find a solution to any problem. For HTN Daily, I'm Kyla Lewis. That's all for today's show. For HTN Daily, I'm Anica Hankey.
I'm Juan Duron.
And I'm Beau Cormican. Mask up and rock on.